Now I'm live. All right, so now that's a problem. So let's see if the sound is any good. Sorry. Jeez Louise. Let's find out. I'm going to go post this link and see if for some reason I had no Wi-Fi. No, it's not even on Wi-Fi. It's wired up. Let me hit this, see if we can get some people in here and check the sound. And the highlight, link, enter, edit, settings, open, update, update. All right, so we're gonna see. So we were all waiting patiently. You can hear me. Is the sound okay? This I've been for 5 minutes easy trying to get the thing to connect. Holy mackerel! I'm in a total state of panic at this point. But thankfully we finally got something to go through. Um, Sound is okay. All right. Sheesh. Uh, all right. Sounds good in Colorado. Okay. Sheesh Louise. Yeah, it was not letting me. I mean, it was just sitting and spinning and spinning and spinning, and I restarted it 2 or 3 times. Eesh, makes me nervous. All right, so I think I was just getting ready to post through my phone that hey, we're not having class today. Oi, 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 oi. Okay, so now I can let the panic settle down a little bit. Hey, Goop Noob. Hey, Carol. Hey, Sandy. Let's see. Hopefully, I've been playing at home with this much nicer ukulele than this one. So when I get here, I always tell myself, man, ukulele's ukulele. It doesn't matter what, but it's definitely lower quality ukulele than the one I've been using at home. Hey, Lanny. Uh, Last day of quarantine sounds good, right? Yeah, I think Lanny's ready to go outside here pretty quick. Hey, UK, back in the office. I got a couple people dropping off some stuff today, so I thought I'd come and broadcast from over here. Hey, Christine, Friday concert, all is okay, all is fine. There are no ukulele emergencies. Whew, right? Everything will be fine. Now that we're here, we're all here. Let's see. Lindy, good afternoon to you. Hey, Phyllis. Hot in Richmond Hills. No rain. I know. See, it's last week you were freezing. This week it's in 100. It's not 100, but it's hot, right? Evelyn, sounding good. Just bought. Yes, harmonica class is going to be miraculous. We're going to get a bunch of people in there. I've had a lot of people that show me, asking questions about it and stuff. So it won't be huge, but it'll be, it'll be fun. I was on the way over here today. The first 4 songs next week, I was just seeing if I could, play them without any sheet music, and I could, except for Wildwood. And I can never remember how Wildwood goes. I never grew up with that song. It was one I was introduced to after I became a ukuleleist, and through one of these, you go to all these ukulele get-togethers, and there's all these songs you've never heard about, and Wildwood was one of those. And so I don't have that tune just magically in my head. I'm gonna have to memorize the words so that I can, or some words, make up some words for it, something, so that I can play it. Let's see. Renee, welcome in. Vicky is here. Terry is here. Jack and Barbara here. El Condor Plaza, hot and humid in Chicago. Hot and humid in Chicago. Ugh. Uh, Chicago has tough weather, man. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Sometimes I complain about the weather in Colorado. I shouldn't, right? That's crazy. Let's see. Hey, Gary, Diane, South Washington. Diane, thought you forgot about us. Got my concert outfit. Diane's all dressed up and ready to. She has her Simon. She's you dress up like Simon or Garfunkel, and I'm thinking Diane would be a better Garfunkel than a Simon, although she's kind of short. Hey, Judy, welcome in. All right, guys. Sorry I'm late. I tried several times, and the wheel was just spinning and spinning and spinning. I don't know what caused that. I don't know why. Um, the internet was working just lovely seconds before I went to log in, and then I don't know what happened. So we're not going to worry about it. We're all here. We'll have some people getting in. Fridays we always have a little bit lower turnout than on regular days, which is absolutely lovely. Why don't you go ahead and grab out your, let's do our warm up. So let's grab a better bar worksheet. Make a better bar worksheet. In my book, it's under M. So, and I don't know, I always feel like I should look at it while I'm playing it, but you don't really have to, right? It's the same thing all the way up and then the same thing all the way down. And let's, again, when we're playing this thing, what we're really looking for is we want this just to be as steady and as clean as possible. If you hit a few dead notes, you just like, oop, that was a dead note, and move on. Don't lose your mind over it. Let me say the last thing. Fun Friday despite the smoke. Yeah, we're real smoky here in Colorado. We got 3 major fires burning, and I doubt we'll see Manette today because one of those fires is right in her neighborhood. Super scary. Hot up there where Pauline is, and Christine, and the other half of we got all of Bozeman in today. All right, here we go. Grab your better bar. We're going to go up to 12, and then we're going to come back. Try to get them slow, clean, but steady. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 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 oh. 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5, 5, 6, 6, 6, 6, 7, 7, 7, 7, 8, 8, 8, 8, 9, 9, 9, 9, 10, 10, 10, 10, 11, 11. Gets hard up here, doesn't it? And turn around, go back. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. This is warming up this guy. Turns out you're going to use this guy a little bit, right? You've already figured that out. It's certainly on El Condor Pasa today. Not a terribly hard song, but boy, that bar is just a mess, and it's going to be, and you're using it the whole time we're in there. So again, I think it's a nice warm up just to get your bar saying, hey, you're going to have to toughen up. We got things to do. And then, of course, this is your other main finger. These 2 fingers are the 2. That's why we rock, right? And those are the guys that you're going to be using a lot of. Next, I'd like to go to the B flat arpeggio, and I've just posted the full jumping flea arpeggio for you there, and somebody can hopefully give us a page number of what number we're looking at. I did not open that up in advance, so I'm not positive. I think it's about, let's see, maybe about here. E minor. Should be after E minor, B flat major. You were on page 14. Page 14, please. Thank you, Lynn. I knew as soon as I looked back at the screen where you guys are, somebody would have told us. So, all right, so we're on page 14, B flat major. My thinking behind this piece was, hey, I need to be able to play B flats, but I don't really want to play a B flat, right? And so I need all those notes, but I don't necessarily know if I want to play a B flat. Even still, grab your chord so that you can be practicing that. Because there comes a day when it goes away from being a problem, but it's probably not today. Maybe it's today. No. Maybe today's the last day your B flat. Sounds terrible. Remember, you've got to repeat at the beginning of measure 8, and it goes all the way into measure 24, 25, 26, 27, and measure 27 on page 2. That's going to kick you all the way back, but it doesn't kick you all the way back to the top. That's why we have highlighter, right? You put a highlighter on there. Make sure you got a piece of highlighter on the repeat at measure 8. Otherwise, your eyeball goes to the top of the page and you'll be in the wrong spot. Other piece of information, since we didn't actually play this week, and I gotta do a better job of that. This fall, we'll make sure that we're playing arpeggios, the same one all week long, just so that we can really get them dialed in better. But notice at measure 31, that goes to double P. Okay, that's double pianissimo. So when we get there, we got to play it super quiet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we want to have that just super soft finish to it. The double P means as quiet as you can possibly play and still make noise. Okay, all right, let's give it a try. Grab your B flat. Okay, and remember you got E flat coming in here. We have another song with E flat in it this week, and you got an F7 in there. Okay, and G minor. G minor drops right straight down from F7. They make really good friends. And then of course C minor is right there. Okay, so let's give it a try, see how it comes out. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's in 6. I'm going to count in 2. I'm going to count 1, 2, real slow. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 1, 1. E minor, E flat, back to B flat, F7, again, and then to B flat. Grab your G minor. G minor, C, B flat, E flat. Go back to the first page, go. Quiet. I'm actually holding the ukulele up to the microphone so that hopefully you can hear it. Let's see. Somebody from 984 is calling. That's my neighborhood. I can't talk to him now. I am in the middle of creating greatness right in you guys. All right. Keep BR flat. It's a beautiful piece, guys. A really, really nice piece. Probably the most advanced piece that most people end up playing. And a few of you have gone beyond that, but right, if that thing was hard, should have been hard. This is really quite a challenging piece, and so don't freak out if it was too hard for you, because it is pretty darn hard. All right, let's play Aloha Oi, Aloha A, Aloha Oi. have asked many people how to pronounce that, and everybody has their own opinion. So remember, we have one typo, measure 17. That should be 2100 instead of 2010 on the melody line. You're going to play an A chord at the end, not an F chord. The F chord will make you sound funny, so don't do that. Let's see. What else do I got? Hey, Laurel, welcome in. All right, Aloha Oi. And then it's all Simon and Garfunkel from there out. Okay, ready? Grab your A chord. That's where we're going to start with. I'm going to count in 3, and then we're going to go. 1, 2, 3. Yay! Nice tune. That final A chord, that's the one that's in your tough uke. You might have noticed if you took a peek at El Condor Pasa that shape's going to come up a whole bunch today. Bar on 4, F shape in front. Okay, here's your F. Slide it up, put a bar on 4, put the F shape in front of it. That's an A chord now, and that's going to come up a lot in El Condor Pasa. Okay, so we're warming up for that song. All right. Let's go. I have this terrible itch here. Sorry, you guys. You think I'm doing something weird. I think I got a bug bite or something. Holy Moses, it's making me insane. So ignore the crazy man on your screen. He's dealing with stuff here. Let's see. Let's go play Bridge Over Troubled Water. That's the trouble we got, right? Is having to deal with Gary. Bridge Over Troubled Water. And we did do a bit of a revision on this. We found a couple of bad chords. Yeah, they were bad chords. Let's just be honest. So your piece, your paper should say August 12 on it. Just double check that you have August 12 on your paper and not whatever else we had on there. So at the top right-hand corner, it should say August 12. If it doesn't say August 12, you got the wrong one. Okay, so we want to make sure we're all playing from the same piece. The other one was close, but I think Clay found a couple of things that you're like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I don't know. So we fixed them. All right, Bridge Over Troubled Water. Simon and Garfunkel. Get our 1960s on. Okay. And I don't think if I remember right, it was not the ton for us to talk about on this one, right? It doesn't get too ugly. Does it get too ugly? I think it's probably playable. Oh, the one thing that is ugly, measure 51, and I did give you in the updated version, I actually wrote it out. So go to measure 51 on page 4. You're going to be on fret 5, bar on 5, and then you've got to put your middle, like it's a 7th chord, right? Bar with this middle finger here, but then your ring finger is going to come down here onto 7. Okay. It's a cool sounding chord. Just know that one's coming up. And I did give you a little bit of a chord chart there to help you. We'll play all the way down through measure 24. We'll go back to the top and play back down. Remember, you've got a big section 1 repeat. So 21 through 24, we don't play the second time through, and then we play 25 to the end. Okay, so just make sure you got your repeats marked properly. And for some reason, I didn't write that on here, so I got to add that on here, repeats. I'll put the little chart up there next time we work on this. Okay, from the top, got to double check nobody said anything crazy. Sorry, Sandy, August 25th. That might have been August 25th. I don't know. You may have a really old version of that. No, it should say August 12 on your copy. All right, let's give it a try. From the top, not fast, right? Really, really very peaceful little tune. 1, 2, 3. Back to the top. Second ending. G7. F minor. there's that big reach. So here's what Gary just did that you should not do. Gary got all the way down to the bottom of page 3, and he thought, "Oh, I thought this was just a 3-page song. I don't know. I wonder why there's no double bar at the end. I wonder if I forgot the double bar. Maybe it is a 4-page song. I guess I don't really remember. I should be thinking about whether I need to turn the page or not. Oh my gosh, I've got other notes I'm supposed to be playing. I should be more focused in on what's going on here. Clunk-a-da, 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 clunk. Turn the page. Oh, well, sure enough, there is 4 pages. Oh, there's that chord. Clunk, 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 clunk. Right? Try to stay in it, people. 4 quarters. Play to 60 minutes. I don't know. My head went far, far away. I was just all proud of myself that I hadn't blown it to that point. And then all of a sudden I was busy talking to myself about everything that didn't need to be talked about. So, yeah. Apologize for that. That was devastating, right? We're doing pretty well, and all of a sudden, blah. All right. Has that ever happened to you? You ever played pretty well and then all of a sudden not played so well? All right. Next up, Scarborough Fair. Let's go do that one. Dun, dun, dun. S's are way down at the end of the hour. We're getting too many songs, guys. We're gonna have to cut it back somehow. No, we're not. We're never gonna cut it back. We're just gonna keep throwing more fuel on the fire till we burn the place down. All right, Scarborough Fair. Hey, Linda, welcome in. I worry about you guys when you don't show up because everything's on fire in the West, and so we want to have you guys be here. All right. The hardest part of Scarborough Fair is you're going to go clear up to 10, right? That's that one. And so make sure you know that those 10s are coming. And then right in the middle of the song, measure 11, you've got this this crazy B flat with your pinky on 8. Remember that one's coming, right? Just know that it's there, B flat, it with an 8, okay? Okay, so just know that's there. And you guys know at this point, if you get to something and you're like, that's not going to happen, that you know, just jump up, grab those melody notes, and play those. Okay? So from the top, count in 3, and then we'll go. 1, 2. By the way, should have said this before I got going. We played a measure 18, go back up, play it the second time through, skip 17 and 18 the second time through. From the top. 1, 2, 3. To the top. to play that again. You're going to play it again with me. If you played it twice as good as I did, it would still have been terrible. I'm going to play it again. You're going to play it again. We're all going to play it again. Okay? Scarborough Fair. Pretend that never happened. From the top. 1, 2, 3. To the top. Okay, a little better. All right, sorry about that. All right, so let's see. Let's hope Feeling Groovy goes better. Go to Feeling Groovy. Get my act together today. Feeling Groovy. 2 pages, right? Yep. Okay, good. All right, this is the one that's 2 pages. I don't think we need to talk about any of this stuff, do we? It's all pretty lovely. All right, let's play it. One time through, best shot, best one shot, first shot, best shot. Just know at measure 27, you are all the way up here at bar 7, right? And we talked about that earlier this week, so hopefully that's going to make some sense for you when you get there. And it does kind of go up high. I kept having trouble with the Simon and Garfunkel songs going way, way, way up high because, you know, they're very good singers, and so they go way down here. And they're low notes, of course, because they're men. They can sing a little bit lower. They would continuously, so I had to get them high enough to be off the end of this fretboard, but not so high as to jump up here. And El Condor Pasa ran into that exact same problem. Not sure I'll ever get there. I think I'll start back at lesson 1. Linda, just, as you know, Scarborough Fair is one of the, it's surprisingly challenging, right? I mean, and you guys got to know, when I blow it that badly enough to do it a second time, you got to know that's a pretty decently difficult song. And, you know, so take me as your example of, hey, Gary knows what he's doing. I really do know how to play ukulele, but I'm going to blow it on a song that's that complicated if I haven't taken the proper amount of time to really get my head in the right place around it. You know, it's easy to blow. There's a lot of stuff going on. All the songs that we work on at this level take a lot of focus, a lot of effort. And so don't ever feel like, oh, I should go back to the beginning. That's you know, don't think like that. What you should think is, well, I can't do it yet, but I do know what I'm supposed to do, or I have a general sense of how to get around some of the really nasty stuff in there. I can play it this way for now, and I'll keep working on it. Okay, I'm still working on it. Okay? We're all still working on everything. All right, let's give this one a try. Okay, bum da dum, ba dum, bum, ba dum, ba dum, ba dum. That's what we're after there. Okay, from the top, 1, 2, 3, 4. Bum. measure 9. Sorry, or fret 9. I played that one kind of fast, and you're supposed to, right? Da 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 dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Right, you're supposed to be moving along at a kind of a fast clip, and I got so fast that at measure 27, of course, I started to fight it a little bit because it gets pretty tough through that section. So that's where you know when you are working as a newer player. Hey, I slow down, and then as I start to speed it up, I look for those places where I crash, and that's not necessarily bad information, right? It's not like, oh, I'm the worst player ever. It means that, hey, this is the hard spot for me. I got to spend a little bit more time on that. So for me, that measure right there would have been the place where I'm going to spend a little bit more time, and yeah, I'm going to have it. All right, Sound of Silence. You guys ready for 20 minutes of nonstop play? Let's see what we can do with this guy. Sound of Silence, 5 pages. We will be stopping between pages 2 and 3 to give you time to change your page. Okay, so don't feel like you got to spread them all apart. Do 1, 2, then we'll stop between pages 2 and 3. You'll turn the page. We'll play 3 and 4, and then we'll stop at the end of 4 to give you time to turn to page 5. Okay, so just know that I know what you're dealing with. We all know what we're dealing with here, and yeah, so we'll do that. Okay, and then with this one, again, we're really trying to keep it slow. Okay, and so it's obviously it's on me to keep it slow, but at home you should feel free to play it even slower. Okay, and rubato. We talked about that earlier in the week. Rubato means, hey, hear the tune in your head, know that it is okay to play it at whatever way makes sense to you. This piece of paper is pretty darn close. It's pretty darn close to what sort of this mashup of Disturbed and Simon and Garfunkel, but it's, I really like what's on the paper here. Now you turn it into your version of Sound of Silence, okay? And we are on that G minor again, which is kind of fun. We've had a lot of that this week. Here we go. From the top, I'm going to count in slow and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry. Measure 20. Take a minute to turn your page. 1, 2, 3, 4. Measure 49. $62. Take a minute to turn your page. 1, 2, 3, 4. Phew. It's a long song. So if you're me, you make this mistake in this section, and then you make a different mistake in the next section, and you make a different mistake in the next section, and you make a fourth kind of mistake in the fourth section. And that means that you can play the whole thing. You're just not playing it right at that particular moment, right? If you're playing along and you keep bumping up into the same exact thing every single time, you're like, I keep messing up on that. That's a better situation, right? That means that, hey, I just got to work on that one little section, and then I will have this thing down. And so I would say, I probably can play that if I spend a little bit of time and really get it cleaned up and know, where I'm not making a different mistake in every section, but I'm making the same mistake everywhere. All right, good job. That's the legendary Sound of Silence. I think it's a good. I think the arrangement's good. I do think it's a lot of work, and I wish that they had a much smaller range in their singing voices, and we'd have a lot easier music to play. All right, El Condor Pasa. We didn't get a chance to work on this yesterday because I didn't get it done because life works like that sometimes. And so let's go over and talk about a few things in it, and then we'll play it. Okay, so El Condor Pasa, please. So, like I told you guys, basically, the emails I got from you guys were all over the place, and then the one that got the most votes was this one, which actually surprised me. And it's not a complicated song. There's one thing I had to do because they go up so darn high in the middle section. I had to drop it an octave. Once there's one note that you'd have to pay attention to that's like that doesn't seem right, but it follows naturally into the next thing. And so there's this one note where you're like, is that right? And then you play the next note and you're like, yeah, it must be right because it sounds fine. So I did have to drop their really, really high notes an octave, and it actually then made it quite playable. And so I want to talk just about the main issue that comes up. You got to be able to do this chord. Bar on 4, F shape in front. That's going to come up over and over and over and over and over in this song. And so that is your A chord. You're going to hit this A chord a little bit, but this is the real A chord you're going to be tackling. So just make sure that is, you got to, when you see the 4, 5, 4, 6, that to you says A shape, right? Or F shape and on 4, something like that. So that you're going to have that. And then your pinky's going to have to jump up and play those 7s sometimes. Okay, F sharp minor, that's going to come up plenty in this song. Okay, and then you are going to have a lot of 4s. Anytime we're playing in the key of A, in this case, we're sort of technically playing an F sharp minor. You're going to have a lot of 4s in that particular key. So try to use your pinky when you can on those 4s. Most of the time we have this tendency to reach up with our ring finger. We don't want to do that. You're going to have some 9s and 7s, so make sure you know where your 9s and 7s are on your fretboard, and then go to measure 18. It's the only part of the song that I think is it's very jaunty in pace. And so the thing is, it says 9/7, 9/7, 4. It's going to feel super fast in this song because this song is not fast. But just put them both down, a 7 and a 9. Okay, that's what you're going to do. If I only could. Okay, so you're going to have 7 and 9. If I only could. That's what you're going to want to do. So you're going to want to have ring and pinky up there on those 7s and 9s. If I only could. I got to get my index finger right. Okay. If I only. And notice I don't even lift up this ring finger when I do that. Set 9/7, 9/7, 4. That's what you're going to want to do in that one section. I've been fighting that a little bit last night and today, trying to get it right. And the key is less work, right? Just anchor those down, anchor your 7, and know your 9 is here, and then get your pinky or your index finger on 4, and then it'll come through just fine. All right, make sure nobody said anything. Renee, how do you play measure 11 and 27? Are we talking? Let me see. Measure 11. You must be talking Sound of Silence. Let me pull this back up and let me take a look. Sound of Silence. Let's go back. Measure 11. Oh, measure 11 on Sound of Silence. It does sound a little weird, but it's just 3 3s. Okay, so that the main note is one really long one. and the vision that was planted. And so that one note lasts forever. So if you're on melody, it's okay, so let that 3 last forever. Those little hoopty swooshy things are tying that all into one long, super long note, Renee. So in vision that was planted in my brain. Okay, and if you're on tough uke, it's okay. So I've got those 2 extra 3s in there. Now I was playing them with my thumb, but if you pluck them, then this note keeps ringing. I would say, because it's ukulele, just do it like that. And is 27 the same story? I'll bet it's the same story. 27. Yeah, same exact story on 27. Those extra little 3s in there. If you're playing tough uke, the second set of 3s are optional. They just give you something to do while you're waiting for that note to carry out. But yeah, it's just be mindful that second 3, even though there's a bunch of swooshes, it's all one note. Okay, and it just goes on for a while. Okay, thanks for that question, Renee. That's important. Okay, El Condor Pasa. Okay. I'd rather be a sparrow than a snail. Having read through the lyrics 400 times on this, I still don't know what the song's about. Okay. Let's give it, it's about not getting held down to the ground. But again, he's like, it's so sad when men get tied down to the ground and you're like, well, that's what we do. We're humans. But anyway, I don't judge. Okay. Here we go. 1, 2, a little bit faster than that. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then you see that repeat there goes all the way back to the very top. Okay, let's get it measure 1, and I'll count in 3, and then we'll go 1, 2, 3. to page 3, second ending. 1, 2, 3, 4. On 9, pinky or ring finger up on 7. Okay. That's a tough one to get to it all of a sudden there at the end if you don't know it's coming. So that song, I went and listened to it a few times on YouTube, you know, those guys doing it. And it's very, you notice there's not a ton inside of the song itself. It's very repetitive and it's really more of a meditation, right? You can picture like if you were a Buddhist sitting around and you're playing the same song over and over and over, sort of that kind of feeling to it where you're really just trying to get that ba-dum, 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 bum, bum, ba-dum, ba bum. And so if I was playing it too fast, slow it down for yourself until it's some place where you can get to that speed, and then adjust the vocalization part of that, the melody line, to make it fit whatever you remember from the song or however you experience the song. I should mention on all of these modern songs, there we have you have either heard it and you love it or you have never heard it, right? And so a lot of you are of an age where you have heard plenty of Simon and Garfunkel. You knew that song right away. Some of you never heard it at all, right? And so when I throw out a piece of music like that, yeah, you get the MP3, but it's usually not a bad idea to go spend a minute or two running through YouTube and listening to some versions of that particular song, so you get a sense of what other people have done with it, so that when you bring your ukulele to it, you're like, all right, I know what those guys did, but I'm going to make my own version of it. And that's what we work on a lot, right? You guys have gotten that message that, yeah, I give you the paper. It's going to be pretty close to what I will think you ought to play, but there's nobody there holding a gun to your head saying, you better play it that way or else we're kicking you out of the band, right? You're always welcome in my band. Okay. And the idea, again, is you're you bring you to this. This is why we are not sitting in a concert hall somewhere listening to somebody play ukulele. That's not what we do with this instrument. We do it at those ukulele festivals, but we don't do it otherwise. What we're really doing is we are creating our own system of doing things, our own way of making music, and you take some Simon and Garfunkel and turn it into something that's Renee's version or Sandy's version or Christine's version of Simon and Garfunkel. That's what I want you to do. And then I also, of course, I want you to take that out and I want you to show it to somebody else and have them make their own version too. So I would say of the songs this week, Sound of Silence is, it's their big one. It's definitely something that you might want to work on. 3 of you told me El Condor Pasa was your first choice. Just looking at the Simon Garfunkel and the interest that we've had this week, we'll have another Simon and Garfunkel week coming up somewhere down the road, where we'll do some more of their stuff. And there's just, Karen's song and a couple others, or not Karen, Karen. Yeah, we should have a Karen song these days. That's a lot of jokes about Karen going on around. But Kathy's song and they're all. I'm going to pull a blank, but the one that I think plays the prettiest and is really just beautiful is "Bridge Over Troubled Waters." And so, if it were me and I were you and I liked Simon and Garfunkel, I'd have "Bridge Over Troubled Waters" right in front of me all the time. Plus, it's got the right message, right? And so, so there's that, and then. There's that. That's what's going on. A couple of thoughts as we're going. How about some Simon's solo work too? Yeah, see that the problem with Simon's solo work is it probably fits on a ukulele better, but boy, is it hard. So he got it to be a much better musician as he went along, and of course did less singing and more composing and arranging and doing some important work that way. And so we will do. Listen. Well, we got nothing but time in each other, right? And so we're gonna. The more of this stuff I do, it's good for me. Hopefully, it's good for you, and we'll try to get to all of that stuff. I know A lot of you guys have also modern songs that you want to get to. I don't listen to very much music anymore these days because I'm so busy writing it all the time. So if you guys have run into a song that you're like, man, that's got a really nice melody, I'd like to see if Gary's interested in putting that together, even just for you or for the group. As it turns out, sometimes I'll do a song for somebody specifically, and then I'm like, well, that's a pretty good song. I'll give it to the group too. So don't be shy about. I don't always have time to write you guys back, and I do apologize for that. But I do love it when you communicate with me and say, hey, here's what's going on. Carol sent me a beautiful email yesterday. And so I love it when you guys let me know, hey, here's what's going on in my life. Here's a song that I need. Here's something that I hope that, I could talk you into arranging or whatever. I can't honor all the requests, but I can definitely, be moving in that direction. Yesterday, I think Valerie said, hey, we should do Rachmaninoff's Liebesstrom. And I'm like, we can't play something like that. It's way too hard. I went out and looked around. There's a lovely flute to simple reduction of it, which will work perfectly on ukulele. So we may end up doing it. Who knows? So yeah, so just like I say, I don't want this to always be here's songs that Gary thinks is important, and here you play them. It's just stuff that I try to respond to what you guys want to do, and we only talk about this on Friday. The weekday crew, we don't want them, but the Friday afternoon crew, I want to know what you guys want. And next week we got four dead guys. The four dead white guys. I don't remember who they are exactly. Schumann, somebody else, and they're all really pretty tunes. And so we're going to knock those out. You'll be a classical musician by the end of next week, and you already are. You know that. You're playing ukulele in a very old-fashioned way. So good for you. That's it. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay away from everybody. Right? You know the drill. The mask isn't gonna. The mask is important. Do it, but it's not going to be what saves you. What saves you is staying away from everybody else. And so be good and try to be smart with your health, because I need everybody here, right? If I don't have you, then I don't get to fill up the little widget thingamabopper up here, and we need you to fill that up. So have a wonderful weekend, and I will see all of you on Monday. And again, please let me know via email what you're thinking, how things are going. Let's see. Red, great way to start the weekend. Yep, you bet, Red. Have a wonderful weekend. Pauline, have a great weekend to you. Sandy, excited for next week and got my harmonica. Yeah, if you want to do harmonica class, I should have mentioned this. If you're going to do harmonica class, you probably want to order it now. There's on my harmonica page, there's some suggestions of 2 harmonicas. One's the special 20, and the Marine Band are the 2 sort of workhorse harmonicas that all harmonica players talk about. And so those are the 2 I recommend. You can get cheaper ones. I just don't know about the quality. Those 2 I can vouch for the quality. Those are both really good. I own both of those, and they're both really nice harmonicas. At the end of the day, harmonica is harmonica, right? But you want to have a decent quality one so that it'll make it a little bit easier to play. So we're going to be doing that next week. If you want to come and join us, obviously totally optional, and it'll be fun, right? I am not a great harmonica player, but I'm good enough to get you 100 songs on harmonica, and it's just one more thing. It's fun. Plus, those of you guys that have some sort of COPD or some sort of respiratory issues, harmonica is really good for you. Okay, I've talked enough. I'll get off the thing. All right, that was Sandy's note. Phyllis, thank you. Thoroughly enjoyed summer. Okay. You too, Phyllis. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Linda, you did that. Oh, was it you that made me do summertime? Thank you, Linda. Thank you. Have a groovy weekend to you too, Amy. I love that groovy. Lynn, good to see you. Be good out there. Terry, thanks for. Oh yeah, Terry, don't breathe, man. We're getting covered in smoke here. And Lanny, you're in the right spot, dude. You got a big old fire going on west of Fort Collins today. Good thing you're not home. Linda, have a great weekend. Jennifer, good to see you. You guys have a great weekend. I will see you on Monday.